Let's bring in now Steve Baric, a former federal prosecutor turned criminal defense attorney. Steve, thanks for making the time tonight.
Thanks for having me.
So the judge has ruled that Fani Willis can stay on the case. You actually say the judge's ruling seems illogical to you. Tell us why.
Well, it makes no sense to me, right? The danger in this case, the danger to criminal defendants would come from the elected prosecutor herself. She's the head of the office. She should be the focus of the inquiry in terms of whether or not there's any injustice possibly occurring here. So it made absolutely no sense to me that this judge would say, well, I find that you may have actually perjured yourself. There was an actual or a perceived conflict, but we're going to let you choose. If you want to let go of your boyfriend, you can stay on the case. It makes no logical sense to me. I think you have to look at the judge's ruling within the context of that he's facing an election in May. I'll tell you another thing that caused me concern. I have never, ever, in my 25 years of practice, ever heard a judge do a radio interview on a case that's currently pending before him and actually discuss it. So, little strange ruling. It is going to be very interesting. They're going to ask this judge to grant the leave for an immediate appeal, and it'll be interesting to see if he grants it.
So in your eyes, what do you think the judge should have done? What ruling would have made more sense to you?
To me, it's an all or nothing. Either there was a conflict or there wasn't a conflict. Either she perjured herself and was unethical or she didn't. And if there was evidence of that, I think he should have ruled that she should be recused. The fact of the matter is prosecutors of all lawyers, of all different types of lawyers, are held to the highest standard. They have to be under our system of justice. So I don't think this ruling will look good for him in the long haul. I think he just tried to, thread the needle here. But for those of us out there who, are big fans of the rule of law and want to see it continue to prosper in this country as it has for 250 some odd years, this week has been a bad week for those of us who feel that way.
Interesting. I do want to ask, in your assessment, how has all of this affected the case for Trump?
Well, I think it really, imagine if you're a potential juror, they're listening to all this. If they come in and they are in a situation where this prosecutor's office has apparently lied under oath, it really impacts the credibility of the prosecution. And that's why I would have thought if they were really interested in protecting the prosecution against any potential appeal, if they were to get a conviction, I think their office should have voluntarily recused themselves and allowed somebody else to do it. To me, this whole situation is put a taint over the prosecution in general.
With the time we have, I do want to move to New York quickly. The judge there pushing back the hush money trial against Trump by 30 days to mid-April after his lawyers say they need more time to review these tens of thousands of documents that just came in. Do you think that this will happen after the 30-day delay, or will it just get pushed back again? Your full assessment on that.
Sure. I think my understanding is they gave the defense about 7,000 new documents. 30 days is not enough to prepare. It'll probably take 30 days to digest these documents, and then they'll come back to defense and say, we need to conduct investigation based on this new evidence. So I would anticipate potentially another delay, which would appear to be just in this case. So I wouldn't imagine that this case would get tried until right in the middle of the summer, maybe even into the fall. So imagine that if we have a criminal trial regarding one of the candidates in a presidential election. This next 8 months is certainly going to be a roller coaster.
You said it. Steve Baric, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.